Hello there. Welcome. So today I'm going to be doing a video about my previous favorite products for the year of 2018. I have quite a few, so I'm going to try to rush through this video as much as possible because I do find that people enjoy my shorter videos. So we have a lot of makeup, a lot of beauty, but I didn't want to just limit it to that as well. We have a few hair products, and then I also wanted to mention a couple songs at the end that I'm obsessing with. I have been obsessing with throughout the year of 2018. So I'm going to start in the order of when I get ready in the evening or whatever, when I wear my makeup, which is usually skincare, makeup, then hair, and perfume and things like that at the end. I also have a perfume I'd like to show. So if you are interested in knowing some of my 2018 can't live without ride or die favorites, keep watching. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to try to get through this as quick as possible. So first, let's start with skincare. My skin has been amazing lately. Like, I don't have foundation on right now. I just did a little concealer under the eyes for my dark circles and then some contouring, and that's it. And that is all I've really been having to do. And I'm wondering if it's because of these products, because I've had acne since high school. Like, it's not been super bad, but it's been like enough to notice, enough to make me want to buy these things. So I'll start there. I've been using these Mario Badescu sprays, facial sprays. I bought the red one first during the Beauty Bay sale, and the smell makes me sick. Like, it's horrible. I have to plug my nose while I'm spraying it and then just hope I don't smell it while it's drying. I've used the most of it because I've had it the longest, but I wish I would have bought this little cucumber one first because I love this one way more. But it definitely is really nice for your skin. I like to spray it on when I'm not wearing makeup, although you can. They're relatively cheap too. And then we have this. This is the Peter Thomas Roth AHA BHA Acne Clearing Gel. This is really strong and it smells horrible too. This is actually a huge bottle for a spot treatment. It is considered a spot treatment. So if I just feel a spot coming, or if I think I'm going to get one, or it's like a blocked pore or something, I'll use it. And I like to try to sleep with it on because then I don't have to smell it. But I also use this like all over the body. Like if I see like pimples popping up somewhere else, or even like bug bites or whatever, I get them on my legs and stuff sometimes. Pop some of this on there. Can't remember how much I paid for this, but I do like it. A few more skincare items. Really been loving them. So I have a few Glam Glow masks, and this is the Thirsty Mud Hydrating Treatment. This is like a cream mask that you are supposed to wipe off, but I do not wipe it off. I love it. I actually use a brush to apply at night after like washing and serums and stuff like that, and I'll put a really thin layer on all over my face because little goes a really long way with this. I use a brush and I just sleep with it on. I let my skin soak it up. I don't wipe it off. I really like doing it that way. And then throughout the day and at night or whenever I need it before I put makeup on, I use the Glam Glow Water Burst Moisturizer. This smells really good, and a little definitely does go a long way with this as well. I really like this a lot. It's almost gone. But with a combination of all the products, this is definitely my favorite moisturizer at the moment. I feel quite refreshed and moisturized for a long time, and some moisturizers don't do that. It seems like once they soak up, then that's it, it's gone. See what happens when I try to go fast. Okay, last skincare product, we have the Luna Sleeping Oil. I bought a sample of this and I loved it, and I was like, no, don't love it because it's really expensive. But I actually still have the sample. 1 second. To the difference. I still have the little sample and I love both of them. I'm probably going to keep this and use this for like travel or like put it in my bathroom or something and then keep the full big one in my beauty room. But I love this. I actually use this just on my hyperpigmentation and my spots and stuff like that. Um, you can use it all over your face, but I think that because of how expensive the product is, that it would be really wasteful to use it all over your face. That's just me. I find that it really, really helps with hyperpigmentation and acne scarring and things like that, redness as well. So highly recommend. If you don't want to fork out for the full size bottle, then there is two other smaller bottles I believe that you could get and you could try it out because I know some people like sell it on, don't return, like don't use it, return it because it doesn't agree with their skin. But I suggest giving it a try and see if it works for you. Okay, so next we'll move on to the actual makeup portion. I have a few, it's like some of my items have been my favorite for like a really long time and I haven't found anything to replace them yet. So I do have a few of those, not many, but I will point them out to you if they are kind of like staples in my collection. And that's actually this one, this first one of the makeup, is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Mattifying Primer. Honestly, I have a lot of primers. I usually buy sample sizes before I buy full-size ones because then I can use them and find if I like them or not. But I always find myself coming back to this one. It smells great. My makeup sits on it really well. I find that not on its own, it's not super mattifying. I don't notice a difference. But when I combine it with some of my other mattifying products, I really do feel a difference. And it was expensive at the time, so I like to use it and I'm gonna get the full use out of it. It's actually like I'm getting down there. I have so much makeup that it's actually hard to use things until they run out. And I feel quite accomplished when I do that. So, okay, so there's foundation. Next we would, or there's primer. Next we move on to foundations. So as I said, I like to use samples. Before I commit to the full-size product. Now, I've always loved the MAC foundation, the Studio Fix one. I had a full-size bottle of, I think it was NC15, back in like 2016, 17, and I used it all up. I got rid of it after it was empty, and I never went back and bought a new one. And I got shade matched to actually a darker shade. This is the Fixed Fluid in NC25, and she gave me two samples, and I've burned through one of them. And it's a little bit dark for me, but I like to mix it. I've been mixing it a lot lately, so that's okay for me. And I've been mixing it with the YSL All Hours foundation in the shade B20. So this is too light and this is too dark, and they go together really well. I think I might actually purchase the full size of these when I run out of these because I love them. This smells amazing. It's a lot waterier than the MAC Fluid Fix, but I think it looks really, really nice on the skin. And the MAC is a lot thicker, doesn't really smell as nice, but it wears really well, like a really long time. So those are those. Next we have concealers. I've been using these Estee Lauder Double Wear concealer sticks in the shade 6N Extra Deep and 5N Deep Neutral to contour, and then I've really been liking the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Fair 02. So I'll put this in the hollows and around the face, and then I'll deepen up the hollows with the darker one, and then I'll brighten under the eyes, the nose, the chin, and between the eyebrows and stuff. So I really like these. I think I need to go a shade darker, or I'm going to buy another shade darker in the ColourPop, because when I have like fake tan on, or in the summer when I'm going to be really tan, it's going to be way too light. Next, moving on to translucent setting powders, face powder. Haven't really found a face powder I like a powder that's colored. I always just use the Stila one, but that's almost gone, and I haven't found a replacement that I like enough to go through and purchase, so I've just been sticking with translucent powders. I love my Laura Mercier one, but it's almost gone actually. But I want to try new things. I'm sick of using the same thing all the time, and I really like the ColourPop one. but I find that it doesn't stand up to my oil as well as the Laura Mercier one. But like I said, if I use my other combating oil products, then it works out fine. I wore this from like 7 p.m. to 8 a.m. on New Year's, and it looked great. So I'm not complaining, and it's really cheap. Next, we have face products. This is one I've always had, always used. Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit in the light. This is the light one, light to medium. This is probably my most battered face palette. I really like the Kat Von D one, but I find that when I'm really pale, some of the colors don't quite look right on me. I can only use one. But as compared to that one, when I'm pale, I can use all three of the contour colors in different ways, and they look nice. Next, we have the Saharan Blush Volume 2. I didn't get this that long ago, but since I bought it, I haven't used anything else. I really love the colors and how long-lasting they are. I probably like this darkish purple one the most at the moment. Such a strange color, but last face product. We have the Becca and Jaclyn Hill Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed palette. I mix Pearl and Champagne Glow, or sorry, Pearl and Champagne Pop, and those have quite a dent in them. Look at them. I've had this a long time. It's been a favorite for a long time. I try to work through all of my products. So as a comparison, aside from this palette, I probably have 9 or 10 other highlighters, and I try to make sure every time I use my makeup that I'm using something different. Unless I actually don't like it, then it gets thrown out of my collection, and I'm only circulating through items I like. But I always find myself going back to staple items, which are all the items in my 2018 favorites that continue to be my favorites, and this is one of them. I usually wear this when I want to be blinding, bright, go full glam, you know, fake lashes, all that. Next, what I do in my makeup routine at that point is brows. So I have quite a few brow products. This has been the year of brows for me. When I'm doing a full glam and I'm going out, I want dark brows that are gonna be just as noticeable as my makeup, because if I did a natural brow and a full glam, it wouldn't quite look right. So I use the Kat Von D Super Brow in the shade Light Medium. This is used and abused. Let me see. This has been in my collection a long time. I actually don't use any brow pomades other than this one. I have the Anastasia one too, but I always just go back to this one. But then if I'm doing like a quick glam or whatever, then I'll use these products. I actually think probably the Kat Von D Signature Brow Pencil is my favorite, but it's a little dark for me. This is the shade Dark Brown. I like to use this one just to create the little fake hairs in the front of the brow. And then we have the Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 4. This is Spot On. And then I have the NYX Professional Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown. This is exactly my shade. It's perfect. It's just not particularly long wearing if you don't use a brow gel over top of it. So I just wear this on my no makeup days. And then obviously I don't have really a favorite brow gel product. I just use the ABH clear one, so I didn't even bother including that. Next, we're getting there. We're almost done. Next is mascara. This is my used and abused Buxom mascara. I can't even tell you what it's called because it's so old. I need to get rid of it and buy a new one. Then we have lips. Lips. I have a lot of lips for 2018. I'm really loving the nudes because I'm always doing dramatic eye makeup and I like to tone it down and even it out with my lips. So this is the Smashbox Always Sharp lip liner in the shade Nude Medium. This is really long lasting, although it's a twisty pencil and it annoys the shit out of me. Love the color. Quite red. So I overline my lips a little bit and I use this on the outer corner, and then I've been loving it with these products. This is the Too Faced Sweet Peach collection in the shade Sunday Funday. I've been using the crap out of this. I love it. What am I doing? I love the color, love it. It smells like peaches, and it's so moisturizing and soft and wearable, and it almost combats my dry, cracked lips, and you smell it all day, and I'm like, I love it. I have the shade Dull Parts as well, and I think it's too light, but I might try to make it work this summer. We'll see. And then I'm also loving my Dose of Colors Katie Desi collection in the shade No Shade. I've also used the crap out of this. Really, really pretty. Oh, I forgot to swatch. That Sunday Funday one. Okay, so there's No Shade next to the lip liner. I really like More Creamer Please too, but No Shade is definitely the one I find myself gravitating towards more. Oh gosh, they're very similar. So this is Sunday Funday. This one here, no. This one is Sunday Funday. So this is more red with red mauve undertones, and this is like almost an orange, kind of brown undertone. They're really nice. I like them both. They both smell really good. They're both really moisturizing. And then I've been obsessed with the Goldfinch lip gloss from MAC. Smells like cake. I've used it. It's really, really shiny. I haven't got the Katie Desi the lip glosses that they had over the top and stuff, but I imagine if I were, this is probably really close because it is gorgeous. Like, you get glitter lips though, if that's not something that you like. The sun shining on your lips, so nice. Almost done. Almost there. Almost there. We're almost done. Okay, palettes. Eyeshadow palettes. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. I probably have like 40 eyeshadow palettes. I try to use them all, but I always have favorites that I work back to. And this one is really, I think this only came out halfway through the year of 2018, but I love it. I have the receipt on the back. I could tell you when I bought it, but I'd rather not take it off because it's taped on there. But I've been loving this a lot. The Desi X Katie Dose of Colors Foundation Palette. Been using that like crazy. I love to use it when I go out. And then we have the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Edition. Sorry, I was getting it mixed up with the original one. I've had this a long time, and I use this a lot. It's a really nice palette. Really nice for going out with. So as you can see, none of my makeup is almost gone. Like, I've run out of very... itch my nose really quick. Okay, so I've run out of very few makeup in my time. I've replaced like a bottle of foundation, a couple of concealers, some brow gel, always running out of brow pencils, but like never an eyeshadow palette. I've never broken one either. Like, you know, give me some fucking wood. Yeah, because I'm going to end up breaking it. Watch. Okay, so that is it with, oh no, wait, I have lashes too. Almost forgot. I'm freaking obsessed with these. Like, I can't even tell you how much I love these lashes. These are the Kylie lashes from Primark in their designer collection or whatever. I use these so much. Last time I was at Primark, I don't really like Primark because I think it's like slave labor clothes and they're like really cheap for a reason and stuff. So every time I go into Primark, I'm like, do I need this? You know, I feel bad. Why is it so cheap? It's got to be cheap for a reason. And, you know, then you wonder about like the quality of things. Like, would it be better to just buy like a $20, 20-pound pair of jeans than 6 pairs of 2-pound, 3-pound pair of jeans that are gonna last nowhere near as long. So that's how I feel with lashes, but I've definitely like fallen in love with these. I love them so much. And they're pretty expensive. They're £5 for lashes, which I don't spend because I'm cheap. Okay, next, hair products. lots of hair products. So these are the two products I use when I get out of the shower. I have the Milkshake Leave-In Conditioner, which smells so freaking good. It smells like cake. I haven't had this long, and I've gone this more far through it. I'm concerned. It was pretty expensive too. So I have a lot of hair, and it's really greasy, so I wash my hair twice. When I wash it, shampoo it twice, leave a conditioning mask in while I do everything else in the shower, and then I get out, and I don't use conditioning masks on my roots. I don't use any kind of conditioner on my roots because my hair gets so greasy so fast. So everything I'm about to show you does not touch the roots of my hair. Nothing touches the roots of my hair. So I spray this on the ends after the shower, and then I use the Orbe Super Shine Moisturizing Cream. This is pretty new to me because I spent 50 pounds on it. So expensive. But it smells like, I don't even know. It smells expensive. Do I notice a difference in it? I want to say yes, but I bought both these products at the same time, and I started using them both at the same time, and I love my hair. My hair has been so amazing lately, and I'm terrified that it might be this, but I don't want it to be that. I want it to be both of them, so that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm telling you, that believe it. And then hairspray. I go through a lot of hairspray, surprisingly. I just curl my hair, and then I put some hairspray in it, and then that's it. I don't do anything. My hair will stay curly for like a week if I let it go that long. Sometimes I do. I can get about 6-7 days out of my hair without having to wash it, because with not conditioning my roots, it doesn't get oily. It just gets kind of like dry and frizzy and ratty. So then I wash it, obviously. But I try to find hairsprays that don't smell. And this one I'm finding is really good, and it brushes out really well. So if you don't want your hair all crinkly and stuff, you can brush it out and move on with your life. So my last favorites of 2018 is 2 songs. I've had some songs that I've really been loving. One, I'll put it on the screen so you have no problem finding them if you want to find them. The first one is called In My Mind by Dinoro and Gigi D. Agostino. I'll put it on the screen somewhere here. I don't know, I don't want to butcher it, but I really like it. It's like a dance song. I call it the Kids with Lisps song because there's kids in there and they sing and they have lisps. And it's really funny, but I love it. Like, it's such a good vibing song. And then I've also been really, really liking, what is it called? Why have I lost it? It's lost. Oh, Bishop Briggs. Put that here too. Bishop Briggs, River. Oh my God. That's one of those songs that makes you want to fight people. Or it makes you want to like go and clean. I don't know. It's like motivating as hell. So that is it for my 2018 favorites. I hope I didn't talk your ear off too long. And if you made it to the end, congratulations. Oh no, I forgot one more. Perfume. I've been wearing this like nuts. It's the Estee Lauder Modern Muse La Rouge, the red one. It's really, really strong when you first spray it on, so you don't have to spray a lot, but it's very long lasting. I'm not even going to try to tell you what it smells like because I'm not a perfume connoisseur, but feel free to go and have a sniff at the store and tell me if you like it or not. Okay, so that's it. That is it for my 2018 favorites. If you enjoyed, please like and give a thumbs up or subscribe or whatever. I'm going to keep making videos anyway, so thanks. Bye.